But if we ever got to the point where it was on the docket and it was something, ironically, that America was voting to take away the vote of women, me and my wife would both vote on principle with conviction to take away her vote. So, you know what I mean? Like saying that I do believe, according to God's law, I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. I believe in representative government at every single level, all the way down to the household, and it doesn't go down to the individual. It stops at the household. Molecular, not atomistic. The basic building block, the smallest building block of a nation, a civic covenant, is a family and not an individual. And so I actually think that on principle, it's wrong for there to be more than a household vote. That said, in prudence, I want to get my full household vote. Right now, if I go and vote and my wife doesn't, then I look at it as it takes now 2 votes from the Webbon household just to get our 1. And I'm not willing to part with half of it. We currently live at a wicked time with wicked rulers who are dominated by feminism and hate men. And so they changed the rule book. So what you're doing is not exercising your authority over men, but what we're doing is having to get creative with the wicked landscape, and you're ensuring that I have my full authority as a citizen, and that my authority, what the wicked rulers wanted to do is they wanted to strip away half of a man's authority, and what you're doing is you're conceding it back to me by voting in line with the decision that I make for our family. So just so the women don't feel like we're picking on them, one, we think we should repeal the 19th because we love God and because we love women. Yes. But beyond that, it's more than just, and I know you'll agree with this, repealing the 19th. It's universal suffrage is not God's design. So there's a lot of men who shouldn't be voting either. There's right. Like you and I would both agree. You need to be head of household. That means there's people under you, a man who is under authority and in authority. You're representing someone, representative government. I think you need to have a stake in the country as it presently lies, but also a stake in the future. So that's why marriage is important, because it indicates childbearing and these kinds of things, future generations, a stake in the country also in terms of ownership, land owning males. There's a whole lot of, it's not just women can't vote because they're too dumb to vote. That's not the position. That's not what either of us are articulating. We're saying, no, right. Leaders should vote. And God has given it to men to be leaders. And certain men have abdicated that leadership, and therefore they should not have the right to vote either.